Every decision you have ever made has resulted in everything that's ever happened to you. In other words, you are the cause of everything in your life. You make your decisions, and then your decisions make you. My recent decisions have led me to meet up with surfer and model Roxy Louw. So Roxy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely, it's such a beautiful day.
Would I be correct in saying that you were born in Cape Town?
Yes, I was born in Cape Town.
Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up in Cape Town?
Growing up in Cape Town was amazing. Blessed to have the mountain, the ocean. Yeah, I grew up on a farm, so lived with the horses and dogs and lived an outdoor life.
And tell me more or less, how old were you when you started your love for the ocean and the surfing and all of that?
My love for the ocean started from quite a young age. I was scared of sharks, and that's actually how I got into the water in the first place.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so took up a surfbrought one day and then decided I loved it.
You're probably wondering why I've decided to meet you on the top of Table Mountain.
Yes.
It's a little strange, right? But I've brought along a map here, and if we have a look here, to show you exactly where we are, if we hold this up here. So we are sitting right now, right there, at the tip of the African continent, right there. And obviously, as you know, where the Indian and the Atlantic Ocean meet.
Yes.
And I think in many ways, that's symbolic of like a fork in the road, you know, when it comes to making decisions.
Yes.
And that's kind of what you had to do. You had to make that decision at quite a young age to pursue your career.
Yes.
I'd like to make you make a decision now that I
Okay.
think might explain why you have such a strong connection to South Africa.
Okay.
All right. I have these here, and these are Rorschach ink blots.
Yes.
And even though they're just ink blots on a piece of paper, everyone who looks at them sees something different.
Yes.
Okay? In many ways, they're a blank slate for the imagination.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is, I'll just scroll through them here. I want you just to stop on one, or just pick out one that you think sort of kind of draws your fancy. You want to do that one?
I like
all right,
that one, yeah.
all right, cool. What I'd like you to do now, I want you to imagine the ink blots beginning to move.
Okay.
Imagine them beginning to move and to morph.
Okay.
And I want them to change into an image.
Okay.
And this must be an image from your mind.
Okay, perfect.
So just take a few moments and just allow that to happen.
Okay, yes.
You got something?
Yes, I
Okay,
got
great.
it.
So what is it that you see in the ink blots?
A dragon.
A dragon.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's a really crazy one. Wow. Of all the ones that people chose, okay, so a dragon. That's quite a fierce one, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. Well, you know what I find strange is I actually knew that you would see a dragon,
Oh, wow.
but you need some proof, right? Some evidence,
Yes.
right? So with this particular one,
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
but you know what, Roxy? It doesn't actually matter which ink blot you
That
looked
to
at.
me looks like the dragon the most. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow.
But I told you that today you were going to make a decision
Yes.
that would explain why you have such a strong connection with South Africa.
Yes.
If you just hold that side of the map for me.
Yes.
We look back at the map here, and if we look at the African continent,
Yeah.
we're seated right here. If I take the map and just turn it like this, and you have a look at this map, you'll see that the African continent is actually a dragon itself. He has the horn, he has the head, the nose, this is the eye, all the way
wow.
around there, and down its
wow.
neck there. And we are seated right here on this dragon. Right
The
there.
tip of it. Oh, amazing. That's interesting.
And it's time for me to go off on my journey for the day. And if you can, I'd like you to join me at the end of today, just before sunset. I've got a really cool experiment set up with a bunch of school kids at a local community center.
Lovely.
So what do you say, you up for it?
I'm up for it, definitely.
Okay, so Roxy, I'll see you a little later.
See you later.
All right.
Super.
Hi there, we're Derick Watts and the Sunday Blues.
Stop the knots!
Drive. Beautiful.
Friday, chowing down on Friday. Everybody's meat has been cooked to perfection. We should make tomorrow bright. Friday.
Nick, Gareth, Derick Watts, and the Sunday Blues.
Hello.
Would I be correct in saying that you guys kind of look at what's going on in the current media and then you have to make decisions on how you're going to sort of make a satire out of it or make a parody out of it?
I'd say that's a fair assumption.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys would be influenced by the media, obviously, either like through YouTube videos that you've seen, maybe videos on TV, things you might hear on the radio, and even print media. And this is kind of what interests me, is these decisions that you have to make to be creative and designers, I guess, all right? I want to play a little game with you, all right, where you guys are going to make all of the decisions.
Oh, I like that.
Apparently. I'll find us a page where there's lots of text. Let's see.
The article in the front there said, "The Pope meets America."
On Tinder or?
I don't know. I think it would take a really long time for the Pope to meet the whole of America, so I think it's a bit of a misleading
You
article.
need a lot of hand cream after shaking all those hands.
I've got you a page here. Gareth, I'd like you to take that page
Sure.
for me. I want you to hold it landscape. And I want you to tear it down the middle. Hold each piece like this for me. Good. Now, Nick, I want you to decide which half should Gareth drop to the floor and get rid of.
This one.
All right, do so, please. Will you hand that, what's left of that page to Nick?
Very dramatic throw.
Nick, I want you to turn it landscape for me like this, or if you can. Tear it straight down the middle for me. Hold those two halves like that. Gareth, you get to decide now which half should Nick drop to the floor and get rid of.
I'm going to say the left.
Will you do that for me?
Yes, your left.
All right. Will you hand it to Gareth, please? Very good. And again, Nick, which half should he drop to the floor and get rid of?
I'm gonna go with the right again.
Go for it.
Do we keep doing this?
Yeah, and if you could just turn it landscape, let's do it one final time. Give it a tear.
Oh, that was a terrible tear.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Gareth, which half should he drop to the...
The right.
This one.
Yes.
All right, very good. So you have one piece left there. I want you to hold it in your hand like this, Nick, so that I can't see it. Are there words on both sides?
Okay, there's words on both sides,
Okay.
yes.
I want you both now to make a decision. I want you to decide on one word on that page. It can be either side.
We can both look at it.
You can both look at it and just put your finger on it. I'll look away. Decide on any word you like.
Oh, that's a great one.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we've got one.
You've got one? Okay. Keep your finger on there and just show the camera for me, please. I'll keep looking away. Done? All
Yes.
right. Keep it in your hand so that I can't see it. You can close your hand over it. Now, you both saw the word, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Nick, I'm going to have you, in your mind, picture a creative white canvas, okay? And onto that canvas, I want you to project the first letter of this word. You got it? Okay. And Gareth, I want you to see a big white creative screen in your mind, and I want you to focus on the second letter of this word.
Okay.
Okay, and keep doing that for me.
My letter's in Comic Sans though, just so you know.
Comic Sans, a great choice. Okay. All right, just focus again on that first letter for me. This pen works, okay. Focus on the third letter for me, please. And will you focus on the fourth letter for me now?
Sure.
And now will you focus on the very last letter of this word, and will you focus on the second last letter of this word?
Sure.
Must I look at you?
Yeah? Just the last letter, don't try and catch me out. And the second last letter? I think I know what this is. Okay. Now, I'm going to click my fingers. You can stop focusing.
Sure.
When I click my fingers, I want you both to say this word that you guys picked. Okay? You made all the decisions here, and this is the word that you picked. So when I click my fingers, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Quarterback.
Wow. Okay. That's impossible there.
That is unbelievable. In all
That was
honesty,
a long word.
is-
That was a tricky word.
That's for you.
What? We're gonna do it again?
That's for you. No, that's a souvenir.
Oh,
Ah.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye.
I kind of feel a little bit,
Taken advantage of?
yes.
Like someone's been inside your brain.
Yeah, and left me with a terrible signature. Turback.
Yeah, especially because it's not really a very South African word that we use that often. I mean, quarterback is American football. It's not something we talk about every day here.
No, I don't. I honestly cannot even begin to understand how that is humanly possible. Bryan Miles is...
Thought burglar.
What? Surprise!
Today, I'm going to have all of you do something that normally would get you in a lot of trouble. Influencing and reading people's thoughts is no easy task. That's why it's important that I practice every single day with as many different people as possible. Michelle, tell me, do you believe in free will?
Yes, of course.
You do? So you think all of the decisions that you make are your own?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I want you just to be honest in your answers.
I'll try my best.
First question is, would you consider yourself an indoors or an outdoors type of person?
Outdoors.
Outdoors. And if you had to pick the colors, black or white?
White.
White. Interesting, okay. My last question for you is...
Never mind the fact that
Yeah, I know, that's what I thought. My last question is, do you want this or that?
It's almost the same to me.
Which one, this or that?
This.
This?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So that tells me whether you're going to go for what I'm offering or go for the alternative. All right. I'm going to jot down some notes, and these notes are going to be for you. They're not for anybody else, they're for you, okay? But I need you to take some items out. I need you, if you could just put your purse down here on the table, if you've got a coin, and maybe your cell phone for me. While you do that, I'm going to write some notes here. Okay, nearly done here. Right. Okay, I've written down some notes here for you. I'm going to just fold this, place that right there, and those notes are for you, they're for nobody else, okay? Now we have some of your items here. Let's just put them maybe in a row like this. Michelle, do you want me to shuffle them up, or are you happy with them in this order?
I'm happy with it.
You're happy with him like this?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I want you to take your right hand and I want you to hold it just above the items like this for me. I want you to move your hand back and forth over the items just for 1 or 2 seconds, and then I want you to bring your hand down on one of the items. As the item that you bring your hand down on will be for you. Okay, so pick it up, so your phone, take it, good. Now I want you to use your imagination. I want you to imagine that I'm placing an X right here for me, right there, okay? Michelle, when I click my fingers like this, you'll shift one of the remaining items onto that X. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, only when I click my fingers. Now, right there for me. So you happy for the coin for me? All right, fair enough, okay. So, Michelle, let's just recap quickly. I borrowed some of your items. You decided on the phone for yourself, you decided on the coin for me, and you decided to just leave the purse on the table. You didn't want anything to do with it, which is interesting. Did those decisions feel free and fair?
Yes.
They did, right? Remember, I wrote down some notes? I'm going to read them out loud, okay? And I want you just to make sure that I'm reading everything true and fair. It says, I will hold the coin. Mm-hmm. You will hold the phone.
No.
And the purse will be on the table.
But you wrote that before I... Okay. Wow. How did you do that?
Douglas, did that feel like free and fair decisions?
It
felt free and fair. And you can change your mind? You don't want to change your mind? You're happy?
No.
Okay.
Might be like that.
Fantastic. I wrote down some notes before we began. I'm going to read them out, and I want you just to make sure that everything I read is true and fair. It says, I will hold the coin, you will hold the watch, and the wallet will be on the table.
What? Surprise.
And Douglas, remember, I gave you the option of changing your mind and you didn't want to. That's because free will does not exist.
No, that even I changed my mind. I don't know what is. How did you do this?
It's pretty crazy.
Whoa. I'm still speechless because Bryan wrote the note before I
did any action. So now I'm like, what happened? I was just here. I don't understand. How did it happen?
Everything was like, choose what you want and do what you want. Right? Not, I didn't see. I didn't know what is right down there. I'm in emotion. I don't know why. How is know that I'm going to shoot this and I'm going to leave the coins and then the wallet is going to part. I don't know.
No one can do that. It was incredible.
Bryan Miles is awesome.
Today, I'm going to have all of you do something that normally would get you in a lot of trouble. You know how if you're caught writing on a desk or writing on the wall at school, you get in big trouble, right? Yes? Well, today, I'm going to have you write on this wall and you're not going to get in trouble. Does that sound like fun? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have you guys paint for me a wall mural. I want you to come up with a picture that you feel will be able to inspire the young children of South Africa. And I also want you to come up with a slogan that can go in it too, okay? So I want you to really home in on your skills and really give this your best shot. I'm going to give you 1 hour to paint, and then I'm going to come back, and only then am I going to see your finished product. Are you guys ready? Yeah! Off you go. So, Roxy, there's something that I have to tell you.
No! That's crazy.
So, Roxy, since we last spoke this morning on the top of Table Mountain, I've had an amazing adventure today. I've met some really inspirational people. And I see you as a role model for the young children of South Africa. So I'd like you to come up with an inspirational slogan for them. That's why I've asked to meet you here at this school today. So I'm going to give you 1 or 2 minutes to just take a walk around this classroom, just absorb it, everything that it has to offer, let it speak to you.
Okay.
And when you feel that you've got something in your mind, then you can come and sit back here.
Awesome. I haven't been in a classroom for ages. So
I can imagine, yeah.
Exciting for me. Got something.
You think you've got something? I want you just to keep that in your mind, keep it nice and visual, and there's something I need to show you. So come with me this way.
Cool.
Come on.
Cool.
So, Roxy, there's something that I have to tell you.
Okay.
Earlier today, I visited the school and I spoke to a number of students and I had them paint a giant wall mural for me.
Wow.
Now, this was their idea. They
Okay.
came up with this. I haven't even seen it yet, so I'm really excited to see it.
Okay.
And I'd also like to introduce you to them. Now, just for the record, what was the slogan that you decided to come up with?
Earth is home.
Earth is home. And that's what you came up with. That's the slogan you wanted in your mind.
Yes.
I think you're going to find this fascinating.
Okay.
Come with me, come. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hi.
This is my friend Roxy. Say hi to Roxy.
Hi, Roxy.
So you guys have been doing a little something for me, and I wanted Roxy to see your amazing work. So can you maybe explain, what did I ask you to do today?
Mr. Miles asked us to do a painting, and we decided that as a group, and we created our own slogan, and we had so much fun working as a team.
Just for the record, I haven't seen what you guys have done, right? I haven't seen the finished product, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you certainly haven't seen it, right?
No, I
You have
haven't
no
seen it. I've got no idea.
All right, well, I think it's time. So can you two come and stand over here next to there? Roxy and I are just going to move to over here. All right, so now it's time for the big reveal. Let's see what you guys came up with. Go for it.
No. That's crazy.
And tell me, which one of you did the hands? Just out of curiosity. You did the hands. And who did this continent here? You? Did you do everything? Goodness, okay. And yeah, who did these cool? You? And girls, what did you do?
The painting.
You did the paint, so the colors here and the nails.
Wow.
Do you maybe want to explain to them the significance of this?
Okay, so Bryan asked me to think of a slogan for the future generation. And I came up with Earth is Home because I believe that the Earth, it's important to take care of the Earth. I mean, the Earth feeds us with water and with sun and with plants and with everything. So it's our fuel. So we've got to look after the Earth. So this is what I came up with. And you guys came up with the same thing. So
How does it make you feel?
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. It's just amazing. Sure, a little bit emotional.
But you know what? There's something that I haven't told you guys, and there's something I haven't told you, is that earlier today, in fact, Roxy, before we spoke on Table Mountain,
Yeah.
before any of you were at school, I was here. It was still dark. I came here and I painted my own wall mural before I spoke to you, before I even met with you. And none of you have seen it, right? My mural. Roxy, will you go across to this side here for me?
Oh no, okay,
Go right
this
across
is exciting.
there. And I want you to just slowly take it off. You guys haven't seen my mural, right? Come look here. And you'll see very slowly my mural.
Wow! Oh my word! Jeez. Wow. And that's my favorite flower.
There you go. Yep.
I was on Table Mountain with Bryan, and then we met up afterwards, and he asked me to think of a slogan for the future generation. And I'm quite a green person, and I believe that, you know, the Earth does need looking after. Global warming, all of that is very important, something that's very much evident in my own life. My slogan in my head was Earth is Home. They've actually made Earth is Home, and Bryan's done exactly the same with my favorite flower in the middle. So it's quite, yeah, it's quite weird how everything adds up. I'm trying to figure it out. It's mind-boggling.
Well, it's my hope that this day, this show, and the people in it have inspired you, your family, and your friends. And it's true, Earth is home. Make sure you keep exploring the possibilities of one day.